All right. Let's see where we are. Everybody. All right. I think I see me now. So where we are. Just give me a second to share, everybody. Let's see. All right. We are almost there, everybody. We are almost there. Almost there. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I know it's very early. Very, very early. And please, as you come in, please share. Share, and if you hear me, let me know that you hear me. I'm doing something a little bit different this morning. Let's see. Share. All right. I think we're good now. I think we are good. Please drop your name as you come in. Drop your name. Drop your name. Let me know you're there. I see some people, but I don't really see them. I see numbers, but I don't really see. So please drop, because I think that I'm on different platforms this morning. So I'm not really sure um, where these numbers are coming from. But anyhow, it is good to see you all. I know I do not come here often, but it is my goal to start to come in as often. Hey, Dr. E, you hear me? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please do share. Share, it's very important. Share is very early in Arizona right now. It's 3:25 a.m. in Arizona right now. Welcome, 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 everybody. I want to talk about COVID-19 and mental health. We're going to talk this morning about anxiety and panic disorder. that have incredibly risen in America, Arizona, where I live, and of course, the world at large. Welcome, everyone. I am your humble host, Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock, known globally as your vision midwife, and of course, the Princess of Suburbia. I am an African princess, precisely a Nigerian princess that's living in diaspora, and very, very proud of it. I'm a Johnson & Johnson Nurse Innovation Fellow, your Trauma Care Maestro, and of course, your Life Rehab Ambassador with over 24 published books and 16 a bestseller. Okay, right. This morning, as a board certified psychiatric mental health doctor of nurse practice in Arizona, Tennessee, California, New Jersey, I'm seeing an incredible amount of patients with anxiety and panic attacks. And so let me just look here. Good morning, Jean-Luc. Good morning. Long time, I know. Long time. Welcome to this broadcast. I am so glad that you're here. I want to talk about something that is incredibly important to us in America and the world at large. So some of my folks in Nigeria, in Africa, and other parts of the world, in Europe, if you're watching, this is an incredible um, uh, time and season that we're in right now. I'm not going to be here for too long, but I just want to talk a little bit about what I'm seeing and experiencing in my practice. This segment is sponsored by Pool of Bethesda POBPsychiatric group of clinics in Arizona. So, as a board certified mental health doctor of nurse practice in Arizona, there are things that I'm seeing right now. And here's my question to you. How does panic attacks, how does anxiety disorder, how does it look like? What do you do when you see it manifest in you or your loved ones, right? And of course, what role does leadership, global leadership in America, leadership, political leadership, governmental leadership, whatever leadership you want to call it, what role does leadership have in ensuring that this does not become a national pandemic more than it already is? Now, we all know if you're living in America today, you have to be living under a rock to really know that anxiety have really risen in an incredible way. Panic attack has risen in an incredible way in America right now. So I want to talk to you today, this morning, a little bit about the signs and the symptoms that you have to be on the lookout for. Perhaps you are experiencing it now. Perhaps your loved one is experiencing it now. Many people are experiencing it and really do not know what to do about it. And so because of that, is manifesting, right? Is manifesting, oh, pray for Nigeria, thank you. Is manifesting as anger, is manifesting itself in so many different ways. So we're seeing all these protests, we're seeing all these demonstrations, which are legitimate, but we're also seeing a group of people joining the demonstrations in Nigeria, where we're talking about SARS, in America, where we're talking about the killing of our Black men, right, and Black women. And so because of that, it's important that we understand mental health. What does COVID, how is COVID related to our mental health? And I want to talk today about anxiety and panic attack. So let's talk a little bit about the signs, right? What are the signs? Do you have excessive, and difficult, right? And do you have difficult control of your heart, right? Are you excessively worried? Number one, are you excessively worried? If you are, you might be going through anxiety or panic disorder. Number one. Number two, do you find yourself restless? Are you restless right now that you don't even know what to do? You just find yourself moving in an unusual way. Then that's another sign. Are you, right? Are you easily tired? Are you tired? Do you experience tiredness right now? That's another sign. Are you easily tired? Do you have difficulty concentrating? Do you have difficulties concentrating? And of course, your mind is always going blank, right? You're on a train of thought, you're saying something and boom, Your mind goes blank, right? How are you dealing with irritability? Do you express irritability right now? Right? John Luke says, I get panic attacks from lack of money. Exactly, exactly. Right? You get panic attack from lack of money, right? Do you feel muscle tension right here, right here? Some of us right now, we're so tensed, muscle tension. Do you have sleep disturbance? Are you one of those that cannot sleep? You sleep 1 hour, then 2 hours, then you wake up, then you sleep, you go back in again, and you sleep a little bit, then you wake up, right? These are signs of anxiety. Now, let's talk a little bit about panic disorder. Some of us, when we panic, we sweat a lot. So are you one of those that you find yourself sweating a lot, right? Not only that, do you have heart palpitation, right? Your heart rate is increasing. Every time you think about something, right? John Luke says, I stress so much because I can't sleep at night, right? Well, I think it's the other way around, that you cannot sleep at night because you stress so much. So when you are stressing out a lot, you cannot sleep, right? Then, not only that, some of us who go through panic, we are trembling. We fight, we experience this tremble, that we're shaking, we're trembling a lot, right? Not only that, we have shortness of breath. Now, panic attack and anxiety can be different, right? I just gave you like few of what it looks like uh, to have anxiety. Now, what I'm talking about is when you have panic attacks, where some of us, our panic attacks is once in a blue moon, once or twice in a month, but we can have generalized anxiety in the background, where every day of the day we're always anxious. But now we're talking about panic attack. For some of us who have panic attack, we have that feeling of choking. Like we feel like, oh my God, there's an elephant, right? That kind of a big elephant on our chest. So we have the feeling of choking, not just the feeling of choking. Some of us have discomfort in our chest area, right? Discomfort in our chest area. Some of us even nausea, but not vomiting. We try, we have this nausea, but we can't vomit it. We're trying to vomit, but we can't vomit it because but there's nausea, right? Are you experiencing nausea? Are you experiencing dizzy spells? Are you going through dizzy spells right now? If you are going through dizzy spells, you might want to check yourself out, because you might be going through panic attack. And let me tell you something, with everything that is going on in the world like right now, who's not going to experience panic attack? Frankly, people will experience panic attack, right? Some of us we have the fear of losing control or going crazy. You're saying to yourself, I know I'm not going crazy. I know I'm not losing control here, but something is definitely wrong here. Some people who have panic attack might even have fear of the thought of dying, not necessarily about themselves alone, but about others too. That they feel like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And they start thinking about death, the fear of dying, right? Some of us, we worry a lot about consequences of attacks. So in the case where we have COVID-19 right now, many of us are worried about the consequences of COVID-19. We're worried about the consequences of systemic racism. We're worried about the consequences of how our children are going to, how we're going to feed our children. We're worried about the consequences about how our world is going to move forward. Like John right now, who is in an entertainment industry, right, is almost come to a halt. Is almost come to a halt. So which means that some of us are worried. We're gonna have to figure out how to pivot our way into something else while COVID-19 is being taken care of. So are you worried about consequences of COVID-19 today? Is there anything in your heart that is saying, oh my God, what am I going to do? If you're going through anxiety, if you're going through panic disorder, perhaps it's time to seek professional help. A lot of us, right, depending on what, right, depending on what region we're from, depending on what culture, the Black American culture is like an African culture where see no evil, hear no evil. If you heard it, you didn't hear it. If you see it, what you saw was not really real. So many of us come from that angle where we cannot share because mental health is still a taboo, right? Mental health is like foreign language to most Black Americans. Bam, John Lucas. It's like, I love the way you said it. It's like a foreign language. People don't want to hear it. In Nigeria, it's a taboo, right? In fact, in Nigeria, many people will be taken from the city and taken to the village and put in a bush and kept away because they feel like it's a taboo, right? It's against, it makes their family look bad. So they will get rid of that person, put that person away in a place where we call Arrow, and put them away or put them in a village, put them in a bush where people cannot reach out to them. But the truth is, thank you for watching. The truth is, there is help. Can I say that again? There is help. If you are going through mental health right now, if you are going through anxiety right now, if you are going through panic attack right now, whatever it is, depression. Today I'm talking about anxiety and panic disorder, but I'm going to come back again and talk about depression. If you are going through all of the pillars of mental health right now, there is help for you. And I say that again, there is help. All right. You can try, go on my website, POBPsychiatry, POBPsychiatry.com, POBPsychiatry.com. Or you can even look on Facebook for Pool of Bethesda Psychiatric Health, where you can actually, thank goodness for the fact that we're able to see people now telepsychiatric, right? So that you can really set up an appointment and say, you know what, I need to see one of your psychiatric providers so that I can get a handle on this. Because frankly, if you do not get a handle on your anxiety, thank you, Dr. E. If you do not get an handle on your panic attacks, you will not be able to move forward in anything. It doesn't matter how much of a big vision that you have. It doesn't really matter, right? There is help. That's right. There's help. Look, Dr. E, Dr. E has a platform there. Dr. Evangel Salvage, she has a platform, a social justice platform. There is help, people. You don't have to suffer alone because of the drama that is going on in America. You don't have to live in anxiety on a daily basis. You don't have to experience panic attacks on a daily basis. You don't have to be depressed. Yes, what's going on around us is quite depressing, but you don't have to partake of that. So I ask you right now, right? POB Psychiatry, CRY, not trick. Thank you, Dr. E. POB Psychiatry, right? POB, then psychiatry.com. Seek help. Seek help today. Let me give it a rundown again. You worried a lot? Seek help. You're restless? Seek help. You're easily tired? Seek help. You have difficulty concentrating? Seek help. You're irritable and angry. Some of us go through anger outbursts. Seek help. You have sleep disturbance. Seek help. Whatever it is that you're going through because of COVID-19 today, there is help. All right, there is help. So go on my website, POBPsychiatry.com, right? And then you'll see the mental health hotline, right? Mental health hotline is there. All right. Dr. E, if you have a mental health hotline, can you throw it here? Throw it here. All right. You can get involved and fight back. I love that. Get involved and fight back. Go to POBPsychiatry.com. And there is the hotline, the mental health hotline is there, right? If you need to see somebody, go in there and you can find the information. A lot of our Black men are now seeking help, and they're dying in secrecy. A lot of our Black men are dying in secrecy. Seek help. Any questions? Any questions? Yes, hurt people hurt people. That's right. Right? Hurting people hurt people. Now, I talked to you a little bit about, yes, thank you, Dr. E. I talked to you a little bit about what role does our leadership have in ensuring this. Frankly, when you look on our social platforms right now, on the media right now, all you see is fear, fear, fear. We have leadership that is insinuating fear, fear, fear in the hearts of people. We have leaderships that are telling us that we will not make it unless we vote for them. We have leadership that want to make us to believe that without them, the world would not exist. And they seem to forget that the world existed before them. We have leadership right now that is making everybody, putting everybody on their toes and making people believe that they are the only answer and the solution to all of this. And yet they're not offering solution. John Luke says a lot of Black people are ashamed to get mental health because they don't want to be labeled crazy. That's true. But you know what now? When you look at what America looks like now, frankly, America looks like something that is bipolar-ish. America as a whole, I'm sorry to say that, look like something that is bipolar-ish right now. So when America looks like something that is bipolar-ish right now, then we can seek help because frankly, right now, America looks bipolar-ish. So it's important that we don't buy into all the rhetoric that is going on out there. Point blank, COVID-19 exists. Ben, that's a fact. It exists. I see it on a daily basis in my practice. At least once or twice a week in my practice, I get autopsy report. I get autopsy. Thank you, Dr. E. Thank you, Dr. E, for throwing that. 1-800-662-HELP. John, look, that's the mental health hotline. 1-800-662-HELP. It is important for us that you understand that when you go and seek help, right, it is private. Nobody tells your story out there unless you are ready to tell your story, unless you are ready to share it. Nobody. So when you go out and see your own person, you go and see your psychiatric provider like myself, I do not share your story. I do not tell people about you. It is in confidence. So when we are afraid of being labeled crazy, nobody knows you're crazy unless you tell them you're crazy. Right? So unless you tell somebody, nobody knows. I often have, even in the Hispanic culture, where they come to me and say, well, I did not seek help for a long time because I belong to a gang, or my family does not believe in that. My family is very, very religious. They're Catholic, they're this, they're that, and they do not believe in that. So because of that, I did not seek help. I went to counseling, but 2 years after counseling, I know I need medication. It is in confidence. So you don't have to worry about being labeled. Not seeking help is the problem. John Luke says, have you wondered why we haven't seen any movies about mental health for Black people? Well, I wonder. Now, that is something I would definitely love to get into, because it's important for us to understand and see how mental illness lives, how it looks like. As a matter of fact, I'm currently writing a book. I'm writing a book right now in collaboration with a nephew of mine who is dealing with schizoaffective disorder. Watch out, be on the lookout for that book. And I tell you, Jean-Luc, that book can actually literally be turned into a movie, because I'm telling you that the stories in there are just incredible. And I cannot wait. We're hoping that by January 2021, we will release the book. And it's a book about his life. And I'm telling you, it's giving me an inside look into somebody who is dealing with schizoaffective disorder and bipolar. Watch out for it. Dr. E says, most movies reveal mental health. They just criminalize it. Ooh, that's a good one right there. They criminalize it. So it's time for us, Black folk, to arise beyond that criminalized thing that Dr. E just talked about and begin to take ownership of our mental health. If nobody else would do it for us, let's take ownership ourselves. Let's take ownership of our mental health. Let's write stories about it, right? John Luke says, today in America, 4 out of 5 single Black women grow up without a father in their homes. These women need therapy. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. And what I'm seeing in my practice today is not even Black women alone. I'm seeing white women too, that when you talk about their background, the father is not there. And those that have the father that is there, the father is drunk all the time. You have those that are there that the father raped them. You have those that are there that their brothers raped them, right? I'm not talking about Black people now, right? Because I don't want people to hear this and say, oh, Black men are rapists. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about mental health here. Because people can easily go and take and run with it and say, oh, look at this person said Black men are rapists. We're not talking about that. In fact, majority of the people that I see in my practice are white. And I'm not talking about them being rapists either. We're just talking about women that are not seeking help, that need therapy because of their trauma. And we're talking also about men that need therapy because of their trauma. So if you have trauma in your life right now, seek help. Mental health hotline, 1-800-662-HELP. Thank you, Dr. Evangel Savage. You want to seek help, telepsychiatry, go to P as in Paul, O as in orange, B as in boy, psychiatry, TRY.com. And let us help you. So thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you so much. Any questions? Any questions? John Luke says, also, many women from military are traumatized. Oh my God, are you telling? Whoa, you hit the nail right there. You hit the nail right there. Right now, I'm taking care of military women, TRICARE and TRI-West. VA, from vets, I'm taking care of vets right now that have been traumatized because many of them were sexually abused and assaulted within the military. Can you believe that? Within the military. So thank you all so much for joining me. Until next time, be inspired, be motivated, be of sentimental value. Know that you are the hero in your own life story. Do not allow anybody to write it. If you're dealing with fear right now, if you're dealing with anxiety right now, if you're dealing with panic disorder because of COVID-19, bottom line is seek help because there's help out there. For those of you who know that I have a podcast, please just go to iHeartRadio and look for Tear the Veil by Dr. Fumi, F-U-M-I, Tear the Veil by Dr. Fumi. Thank you, everybody, and God bless you. Bye-bye now. Thank you, Dr. E. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Please share. Yeah, they're not exempted. No. I have a lot of them in my hands right now, Dr. E. A lot. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.